Hi, I'm Jeremy. You've been watching my portfolio for my class at Selkirk, Portfolio 60. This video in particular though isn't going to be a building video. It's going to be a review video. This video isn't supposed to be the exciting draw that all the other ones might be to you if you like building, but this one is going to be more for me and my teacher. And anyone else that wants to watch, you don't have to. It isn't, like I said, going to be a building video. So you can just skip to the next one where I finish my third project, which I'll be talking about in a bit. So this course was just going to be a quick, easy course. I picked it because I needed something for a grade 12 elective to help me finish my grade 12s. I can technically skip all this and just do the carpentry, and I have enough to go into it, but I wouldn't have my dogwood going into it, so I wanted to have this win as like a separate win, you know, small achievements, make you feel a little bit better. It's been a struggle to learn how to manage my time properly to get stuff done. There's a lot to get done in this course, and I am easily distracted by things that I enjoy. So by working on a project that I want to be perfect, I could easily spend a month or two or even 3 months on this one project and just want to make sure it's perfect, but I need to like manage time with building and editing and still doing all the other school stuff and then work on top of work full time. It's not easy, and it's been the biggest struggle to figure out the time management part. This whole basis of the living documents was kind of amusing to me, and the fact is I want to become a carpenter and I want to display my skills. It's hard to do, so I thought this was the best option. I can display my skills, build stuff that I want. It's a neat way to display work, and I'm very happy with my decision for doing it, and I'm excited to continue on with it. The third project, why isn't it finished? There were supposed to be 3 projects for this portfolio. There was supposed to be the compass, the scribe, like the compass scribe, the bar stool, and there was also supposed to be a chessboard. A lot of you didn't know that because it wasn't displayed, but that was one of them and I missed it. I got almost through it. It's almost done. It just wouldn't be done in time for this course to be finished, and that's more important. I will finish the video still. I still do plan on posting it. I just have to finish this first, and then I can go back. But we will. I do plan on selling it after. The video, it's sad that it's not finished in time. I think it would have been the perfect ending for this course, but I'm also happy that I get to spend a little more time on it to actually finish it how I want to, which is perfectly fine, especially if I'm going to be trying to sell it after. I don't want to be selling quick thrown up garbage. That's just not what I'm here to do. Not what I'm here to learn or even become. I want to become a better person at building and learn and do better things, not quick and easy things. All the projects in a whole, I feel depicted my growth pretty well. From a quick tool that I built by making intricate cuts to carve into a piece of wood to make a functionable tool in one piece, almost like a puzzle, to building a stool with multiple angles, but working with the idea of multiple angles all work in a whole. So if you think of it as in like a triangle, they all equal up to 180, where it's kind of the same way with opposite angles. So if you have like 2 angles, like this angle and this angle will be the same, but this angle and this angle will be the same. So let's talk about things that I've learned. In this course, there is a lot going on, I had to figure out the projects, figure out the filming, and then figure out how I'm going to depict each shot, but also what my next steps are for building. So there's a lot on my plate, but just even in the building itself, I learned on the Compass video all those intricate cuts, like the stool, learning all those weird angles on the angle of the legs, but also the angle of the coming out. So many angles, and I needed to learn a lot, and it really showed at the end. It was, what do they say, it was good from far, but far from good. But that's not the goal of my projects. I want them to be perfect. Like, I want them coming out perfect. Obviously, that's not gonna happen, but the goal is to shoot for perfect and excellence and be okay with what I come out with, but also learning from it. That's the main goal, at least in my mind. But there's also things that I was able to get better at throughout the course. Like CAD. I was using CAD in the first project for designing the plastic piece that holds the pencil. I knew how to use CAD and I use Blender. I know how to use it, but I learned a lot of tricks in Blender to make it a smoother process and a faster process. I was able to make that really quick, where my first project, I made a box in Blender and it took a whole day. It was awful. It didn't look good. We don't need to talk about that. Milling wood. I know how to mill wood, but getting into this, I have to use a lot of reclaimed wood, which is fine. It's what I have access to. I've also been blessed with using a lot of really fancy wood, so it's very opposite ends of the spectrum. I'm using like really fancy white oak to build that stool, and just using like plywood to make a top to something that doesn't look so great. But both take a lot of prep, and using fancy wood takes milling. You got to mill down to size and process it. Same with using reclaimed wood, but it's more sanding down to just bring back to what it was, where milling is taking something large and just bringing it down to something that's manageable. We picked up a jointer, a 6-inch jointer for the shop here, and it was a learning process of setting it up. I had to adjust the fences, or the in-feed and the out-feed tables. The fence, I'll adjust those, make sure the blade was sharp, adjusted, depth was set, clean, running. All of that was a learning process, but I was able to enhance my skills on just using it by learning how to maintain it a lot better. I was never one to really calibrate or maintain tools. It was more so just grab a tool, use it, and then done. But like a table saw is a very dangerous tool if it's not used properly, yes, but it's also dangerous if it's not calibrated properly. Everything's calibrated properly will make it a lot safer process to use, and it's a lot better outcome. So let's talk about why I picked filming. Most people in this portfolio class, I'm assuming, didn't film their portfolio, and I'm assuming they wrote it or took down documents or drew pictures even. But I am dyslexic, I am ADHD, I have minor short-term memory loss. All of these things don't do well academically. I struggle to get through English and a bunch of other stuff. It's not fun to have to sit down and write an essay or even a paragraph. I'm not good at it. I don't like doing it. I'll do it if I have to. But building, that's fun for me. I understand it. Now, my mind instantly went to how can I make a living document for a portfolio that would showcase my skills and showcase my growth. And instantly I went to YouTube channel. And I've wanted to do for a long time, but this is definitely a good excuse to make it happen. It kind of brings me to recognizing flaws. The neurodivergency is a flaw, but it's also great, but also in the projects themselves. From the beginning, there's been many flaws. I don't want to hide them because they are what they are and they are growing experiences, but the cuts on that compass were a little weird. Those were not, there's so much could have been done better. The stool, the learning curve that was there with the angles like I was talking about before, there was so many mistakes. Like I was able to able to make the cut, screw it all together. It looked decent. There was like a little bit of gaps and stuff, and then I unscrewed it to glue it back up and then just put the screws back in exactly where they were and sand it down a bit, and it was not in the same place, and they were everything was off and there was more gaps, and I don't know what happened, but it was just crazy. And it was just, those are all flaws that I can learn from. That's my spiel about flaws. I like to showcase them, but I also don't like to dwell on them. Just because of what this work is, it's a lot of mistakes. Working with flaws, wood's not perfect, ideal conditions aren't perfect, so we just work with what we got. But if we can aim for excellence, then we can have a higher threshold of success. So where do I see myself going with this? This whole portfolio is supposed to be an outlet to show my ability as a builder, as a reference for future jobs, or even be my showroom. It's also supposed to be for portfolio, for a grade, of course. Like that part is just, that's the number one. This is for a grade. But this is also something that I really enjoy doing. So I do see myself continuing this on and just using it as my hobby outlet. Thank you for everyone for watching. It's not something you have to do. If you enjoy doing it, I love that I can do this for you. Ideally, I'm doing it for myself, but I'm also glad that you can get some joy out of it as well. And just remember to like the videos if you do like them, and to subscribe. It goes a long ways. I want to be able to get if you like the content, I want you to be able to continue seeing the content. I know it's a vast platform and there's a lot of content. It gets swamped out. So by liking and subscribing to my videos, then you can see more of them. And I want that for you as much as I want this for me. Well, with that, have a good one. See you in the next video.